We are live.
Hello.
All right, ready?
Go on then. BFF. 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 Punch.
Podcast.
Beep.
Whoop, whoop,
Boink.
whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, dear boy.
You alright?
How are you doing this lovely day? Hmm?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, doing all right.
All right.
Not
That's
too
what I
bad for a
like to hear.
Sunday night.
Excellent.
So anyway, it's funny how we've fallen into a routine of doing it every Sunday night when we kind of set out to just go, oh, we'll just do it as and when.
Well, pinning you down is one thing, is it not,
Pinning
Mr.
you
Connor?
down is another.
How dare you? I think it's time to look at our subscribers.
Oh yeah, let's have an update. How
Let's
many
have an
followers have
update.
we got?
How many what?
How many followers or
All
subscribers
right, let's
or
have a look. Let's have a look. Here we are. Look.
we've gone up one from last week.
No, 8 from last week.
Really?
Was it? I can't remember.
No, I think last week we had 12.
Oh, okay. We've gone up one. Whoop. We'll get to 50 and then we'll live stream it off YouTube. So
Yes.
actually, all you need to do is go to youtube.com/ at BFF Punch. And that will take you straight to our channel. And then you can click, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, I
That's all
hate
we
all that,
need.
by the way. Can't stand
Oh,
it.
I know. Hmm,
Please like and subscribe. Click here for updates. Like, I
I
mean,
know. I
really?
know.
Who does that?
No one, but we want to be able to live stream. So
Yeah.
the only way we can do it with the YouTube app on the phone, which is what we have to use to have more than one person live streaming on the same video, on the same live stream video, you have to have 50 subscribers.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean? Just we'll go back to sort of Big Frank, because I forgot to sort of tell my name last week, right? But I'm Big Frank, and click like, hit subscribe, sign up for notifications and sort of thing, find out what's happening on our channel. Much appreciated, right?
What? That was lovely.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, so in the 20 rules of what not to do for podcast beginners, let's try and break every one. So I mean, look it up. What is there a list online about what not to do?
What
Go
not
on.
to do as a new podcaster.
And this can be the title of tonight's episode, What Not to Do as First Time Podcasters. Come on,
Okay.
let's get the traffic rolling. Go on, give
New
us an
po-
example.
new podcasters should avoid being too broad with their topic, failing to understand their target audience and neglecting to market their podcast. That's what already
Well,
doing all of that.
we're
You
stoked
tick
with that.
all of those boxes. Okay,
Yeah,
don't be
great.
too broad. A successful podcast needs a clear niche and a target audience instead of trying to appeal to everyone. So we have to appeal to everyone in this episode. That's what we
Yeah,
have to
yeah, we're
do.
appealing to everyone.
Absolutely
Nobody is the
everybody.
same.
That's right.
Nobody's homogenous. Everybody's different. Everyone, I mean, no, but I think the niche we've got is right. Everyone's a little bit weird, right? We're all a bit weird. I mean, I'm stark raving mad on some level, and you're a complete internet geek. So, I mean, between we've nailed it there.
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
feel like we
right.
have got a target audience.
Focus on a
Go on, so
specific
what
group with
next?
shared interests, it says. So
Shared
not
interests are bizarre behavior, unhinged behavior.
everyone must be unhinged at some point. You know what I mean? Behind
Yeah,
closed
exactly.
doors.
Yeah.
Or we just
Right.
do it publicly. We're just happy about it. Not
So we've
understanding your
ticked.
audience. Know who you're talking to and what they're interested in. This will help you tailor your content and marketing effectively. So we won't do any of that.
Well,
We
we've
don't want to
got that
know.
wrong because we don't know who our audience is because we haven't got an audience yet. So that's it. Well, as
That's
soon
it.
as we've
Sorted.
got 50 subscribers and people are alive, we can say, hey, tell us about yourselves. Come
Lack of
on.
marketing. There you go. That's the next. I'm not even going to read that one out.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to
Inconsistent,
bother with that.
inconsistent posting. Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
I know.
we've definitely hit the box there.
We've been doing every Sunday morning in the Northern Hemisphere, Sunday evening in the Southern Hemisphere. We've been
I
doing that,
mean, sounds consistent to me.
unfortunately. Yeah. Hmm. Poor sound quality.
Now we've got that. Surely we've got that down. We've got a good sound, surely.
Yeah, I know, but it says that you need poor sound quality. No, we're trying to not do what it says, remember?
Oh, so we need poor sound. Okay, right.
Yeah,
Well, how
exactly.
about I talk like this? Oh my gosh!
I'll just do this and hopefully can you hear me now? Can you hear?
Or just like clap. Hello, can you hear what I'm saying?
I can. It's unfortunately the software
No.
is so good at kind of getting rid of bad sounds and stuff. Let's have a look. Rushing to monetize. Okay, we've got to rush to monetize then. Yeah.
Quick.
Okay. So even though we have 13 subscribers, we've had like 3 listens or 5 listens or something on Spotify, and I've not even checked Apple and what's the other one? Amazon or whatever, and the others. Um, but we've got to rush to monetize. Would you like to
Yeah, we
monetize
have.
the channel? Yes.
Please, $50 a listen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we should. That monetize is to make money. Yeah, no, we should do it. We should do it. Like, if what
Yeah.
we should do then is we should just thinking about it. We should create a Patreon
Yeah,
to
let's do
support
it.
our podcast.
Yeah, come on. Let's rush to monetize. Please,
Okay,
give us a
so
dollar, two
so
dollars, anything.
next week we're gonna have a Patreon where
Yes. Come on.
you have to spend $1, right, to listen to our to get exclusive kind of content from us, basically.
Yes.
And what I could do is just literally, I could literally provide the Dropbox link to that folder of all of the nonsense we've recorded over the years
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
car.
yeah.
That's what you
And
get if you
call it.
subscribe to our Patreon for a quid.
Yeah, great. And can
Yeah.
you label it rush to monetize? Here's the
All
BFF
right.
podcast, rushing to monetize. This is gold, man. Come on. Who's doing
Oh,
this?
it's so funny.
Who?
Right. Okay. Rush to monetize, create Patreon.
Just a couple of goofballs.
Oh man, I love this. It's so good. Right. I've
Right, so
made a
what's
note.
next? What
Okay.
else shouldn't we be
It's so
doing?
ridiculous. Ignoring your audience. So not responding to comments, feedback, social media interactions. Um,
Well,
so
at the moment, we're absolutely nailing that.
yeah, you're doing great, aren't we?
Because we haven't got any comments or people. Please give us a comment.
Expecting perfection too early. That's it.
Oh,
No mistakes. We can't make any
yeah.
mistakes at all.
I feel like we've massively failed on that level. So we
Yeah.
need to up our, we need
So it
to up
says
our
here,
game on that one.
it says here, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I'm so scared. I might
Oh,
get
we're
this
doing too
wrong.
well at that. This is absolutely. So let me just yell. All right, so I'm going to go completely off script here. Not that we have a script, but like before we started recording this, I was like, let's just start recording and waffle on about what we're actually going to do tonight. And you were like, oh no, we know what we're going to do. And I was like, do we? And then I had no idea what we talked about in the week. And then you went, told me, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. No, this is good. People want to hear this. Come on. So we're doing it. Yeah, we're actively doing it.
What you've completely lost me. We
I've
doing
lost
what?
myself, to be
Not
honest.
not doing what?
It was something about that last point not being too responsive or not letting people in on what you're doing, or I don't know, being too polished, or I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. What's
But being
next?
afraid to make mistakes. That's really
Oh
important
yeah,
today.
yeah. So
James,
we're not.
James, can you stop shouting at me, please?
I will shout at you, boy.
Can you
I will
just
bring you
lower your
down a
voice a
peg
little
or two.
bit? You're kind of upsetting me right now.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Can
I
you
can
hear me
hear you.
now?
I can hear you shouting so loudly right now. Well, it looks like
Did you hear me then?
expletives, people. There should be like beep 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 beeps
Yeah.
over this bit
Beep.
for sure. I
Okay, so what next? What else are we
For
what
those
else should
listening
we
to the
do?
podcast, James was mouthing to the camera just then. I don't know what. I would hate to guess. Okay, so being afraid to make mistakes, not editing. Great. There you go. We're not editing anything. We're just like
No, we're
literally
not.
doing this and uploading.
Yes.
Yes.
We've
Okay, so
nailed
that's
it.
one.
Okay, good.
Not listening to your own podcast. Take the time to listen and identify areas of improvement. Nope.
Haven't got time for that. Far too busy.
Exactly. I got too much on. And then
Well, hopefully we'll
lastly,
get to the point where we've got staff, right? Where we'll have somebody to do that, and they can, like a
yeah,
PA, they can tell us what we're doing wrong.
absolutely. That sounds
What
perfect.
would their name be? Let's imagine who would it be, and what would their name be?
Hmm.
I feel like Celeste is quite a good name. Hello, Celeste. Yes, Celeste. Please could you tell us what we're doing wrong? And Celeste would be like, well, I don't know why it's the same accent, but anyway, yes, what you're getting wrong is here's a list of 20 things that you shouldn't be doing, and you're doing all of them. Like, thank
Well,
you,
we'll just make
Celeste.
it into a
Very,
podcast, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, what
Celeste
else
can
should
come
we
on.
be? So, Celeste, please help us out a little bit. Thank you for being our producer. Could you give us a few more things that we should be doing that we're not?
Well, maybe this could be the voice of Celeste. Hello, my name's Celeste. And I've just got to tell you, what you're doing is absolutely awful. The listeners and the viewers don't want to log on and watch two middle-aged men ponce about, making every mistake that's on the list of what not to do. Do you know what I mean?
So, Celeste,
That,
where
that,
are you based? Because I'd imagine that we part of our recruitment process was that we needed to hire someone literally in between us. So we don't want someone in the northern or southern hemisphere. We need someone literally living on the line, yeah, on the equator line. So you're
Well,
not
I
in any
don't know.
hemisphere.
I moved to Doha about 15 years ago, but originally, as you can tell, I'm from Scotland.
You sound more
No, I'm
you
just
sound more
kidding. I'm messing.
northeast England to me.
I'm joking. I'm from Liverpool,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
New
and
Liverpool.
I moved to Doha. So actually, I don't live in the northern hemisphere anymore. I live in the middle, right? So that's how you can employ me.
Doha's a little north, you know. Doha's
I
actually.
mean,
Do you know what
is rule,
Doha is?
is rule
It,
number 21 on that list of what not to do? Not to be too fussy about the staff you take on and where they live. I mean, are you basing this on kilometers?
well, if we look here,
How many kilometers do I live from the equator? I mean, get a life.
you can see here that you've got, the distance there is the same as the distance to you. Here, look at that.
I mean, if you want to be fussy
Oh
about
dear.
it, I'll move. I mean, tell
Yes.
me somewhere on the border
All right,
and I'll
let's
just
let's have a look.
move.
We think you should live in Africa for a start. Where's the border
I
gone?
love Africa. I've been there heaps. I love it.
Oh, look at
Right?
that. We've got Kampala in Uganda.
I love Kampala. It's my favourite band.
Let's have a look, right? So, Entebbe. Okay. So, Combe Island, Dharma Island. Here we go.
Yeah, Combe. I live there, Combe Island. I've already bought
Combe
my
Island. That's
ticket.
New Camp.
I
Here
move
we
there
go.
next week.
New Camp on Coma. Here we go.
Anyway, right,
Look at
what I'll
this.
do, right, I'll find out about the people who live there and the culture, and I'll get fully immersive, right?
Look
So
at
I can
this.
live on the border that satisfies your weird obsession that I must live exactly in the middle,
It would
right?
be unfair otherwise, right? It would be completely unfair. Here we go. Hope for
If you
Nature
want to
Field
talk about
Office
unfair,
in
why
Coombe.
employ me and not someone from Cone Island? Do you know what I
Let's see.
mean?
Has the Google van been here? That's the question. Let's give this a
Have
go.
you put
No.
your advert in Cone Island? Have you advertised there for
Ooh.
staff? Yes or no?
Of course. We're really
Right.
organised.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll get an assistant and I'll be the PA to the person from Cone Island. How about that? Makes sense
Sounds
to me, la.
makes a lot of sense to me. It's perfect. Yeah. That sounds great.
Anyway, so yeah, so Celeste or Sam Satch should be the staff member that tells us everything that we're doing wrong.
Yeah. Celeste is our producer
Anyway,
and
so
is from Liverpool. All right, got it.
so what else, is there anything else on that list that
Well,
we
we need
shouldn't be
to.
doing?
I feel like we're building a law. Like we're building a law for our
Oh yeah.
podcast.
Yes, I've heard of this, the young folk of today talking about law.
Exactly.
And like things like giving such and such.
Giving. No, I don't know what
Yeah,
that
like
is.
giving dad energy and all this kind of thing. Yeah, it's
Dad,
giving dad energy.
you gotta
Giving
tell me more
like
about that.
giving Harry Potter energy and all this, you know what I mean? So it's
I'm
what the young people.
This is wonderful because it's just proving to me how out of touch I am. This is excellent.
Yeah.
As
I'm
that
out of
middle-aged
touch.
man.
Isn't that a song, like an 80s song? I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch. I mean,
Well, that's our first demonetization because you just sang someone's intellectual property. Well done,
but,
James.
but is that the words though? Because if I haven't actually sung the tune or the
I've
words,
no
I mean, I
idea.
could be totally way
I
off.
don't
I'm
actually
rubbish
know.
with lyrics, I'm telling you.
I don't actually know, lad. I don't know.
There's a very famous song that maybe we'll get onto another episode that I thought was about a door that you close, a timber door. And I couldn't understand the lyrics of what it was about, and everyone would laugh at me and bully me at school.
Oh, oh.
It was only like years later I find out what it's actually about, and I'm like, ah,
What was it?
it was
You have to tell
Stone
us
Road.
now.
Yeah, so well, I mean, the sewers, whatever you want. Um, Stone Roses, I want to be adored. I thought, but it gets worse, right? This is how thick I can be at times, how dense. You go, I'm going, I want to be adored. You adore me like this, and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't understand this
You
track. I
adore
want to
me.
be adore, and then you adore me. I mean, what? And everyone was like, it's adored, you idiot." And then I was like, ah. But then I was like, what's adored? So I thought it was like a geek, adored, adored. I thought it was like adored was a. Oh, have you seen that adored over there? But it's like adored as in adore, like give adoration. And I'm like, oh man.
How many Dords have you hung recently, James? That's what
I
I
mean,
want to
I'm
know.
adored, to be honest, in that. Well, actually, funnily enough, one, because I was doing it yesterday.
How long did that take?
40 hours.
Well, I can hang 8 fire doors in half a day, so
I bet you can.
I don't
I
know
bet
what
you
you're on
can.
about.
I mean, context's important, but we won't go into that right now.
Hmm.
So what? All right, let's. We've lost track of time and sense. Where are we up to? What's the list? What was going on the list?
The list. Well,
Was it
we're rushing to
rule number
monetize. We're trying
21? Don't rush to get a PA. Was that rule 22 that we shouldn't do?
to. Oh, Rule 20. Right. Yeah, yeah. Ones we're making up now. Okay, so we've got.
No, no, not that list you were reading out that was
No,
on
that's
there.
it. It was finished.
Oh,
We got to the end of
and
it.
what? How many points was that?
I can't remember now.
10, 11?
Let me just check my history. What not to do as a new podcaster. Here we go.
Yeah.
Giving
So
up too
then,
early.
oh, well, we're three. Are we 4 episodes in? Is this
Yeah,
episode
this
number
is
4?
episode 4.
Okay. So we've not.
Inconsistency. That's what
Oh
we
yeah,
shouldn't do. So we need to be as inconsistent as possible. That's good.
yeah.
Lack of
That's it.
preparation, like zero. So we did prepare, and now we're doing something completely different. So
All
I
right. So
suppose that
let's
counts.
go back to that in a moment.
Um, and we've got not
Yeah. So what?
systematizing production.
Is there a number there? Like, does it say 1 to 10 or
No,
whatever? Or
no, it's just like a
just a
random Google
list?
AI thing,
Oh, right.
not
Well,
leveraging. Sorry.
let's imagine we got to point 16, and then we've just added one. Don't rush to create to it to employ. Don't rush to employ a PA. And we've already created the name and where the person lives.
So, yes, who lives on Combe Island? Who lives on Combe Island?
He?
What, Celeste?
I thought
No,
Celeste was
who
a woman.
who lives on Combe Island? Celeste,
Yeah,
who lives on Combe Island?
yeah.
Yeah, Uganda.
And how
Exactly.
much does Celeste get paid?
Hmm.
50,000 euros?
Euros.
I don't know what the
What is
currencies
the
are these days.
currency
That
of
was one of the biggest
Uganda?
crying shames for me when national currencies got obliterated and turned into like things like euro.
Ugandan shilling.
I used to love the individual currencies.
So, what do you think? 50 shillings? 50 Ugandan shillings.
But we'll have to ask them what's a good
That's
pay packet for
that's
you in.
that's 10 pence pound sterling.
Oh no, that's ridiculous. No, you've got to ask them, right?
Right. I suppose so. What's a 1
Got to ask the
million?
people there, people on the ground. What's a good wage?
1 million Ugandan shilling per episode. 204
Wowzers,
pounds 94 pounds
wowzers.
sterling. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That
Let's start
sounds
there.
very good.
Yeah.
Let's all move there and earn that kind of money.
Yeah. So we pay her um one 1 million
I mean,
Ugandan
I mean,
shilling.
we say Celeste and we say her right
Yes.
now because we've got no idea what we're on about. But maybe we'll employ another person. Who knows?
Well, who else would we employ? Let's just think. So if we've got to make sure that we can't prepare, so we can't get someone to help with that, because
Yeah,
that's preparing. We
yeah,
can't listen to our own podcast, so it's not someone who's going to review and give us feedback. We can't do that.
yeah.
We
Can't do
can't
that.
edit, so they can't edit.
Yeah,
Um, Not leveraging guests. We should have guests in, so we can't. They can't
yeah,
organize guests for us. What are
yeah.
they going to do?
But well, no, they would do that. They would basically create a list of the things that we shouldn't do, and then tell us how we're not doing that to make sure that we still don't do
Yeah,
those things, right?
I think
That's
their
the
name
job
should be
description.
Johnson. Johnson
Yeah. You're
and
employed to make sure we don't do what we
Johnson
should be doing.
is employed. Right.
Well, Celeste would be
Of
the
what
overall
we shouldn't be
business
doing.
manager. Johnson would be Celeste's PA.
Yeah,
And then between them, we would be subservient to them and basically require of them to make sure that we're not doing the
yeah,
things that are on that list
totally.
and
Oh yeah,
correct us if we do.
exactly.
Anyway, so back to was there something that we talked about this week? There was that we were going to do that would be funny.
Yeah, you were going to explain Bullsharnessy to me if I remember rightly.
Bullsharnessy. Let's just let that sink in for the listeners and the viewers. Bullsharnessy. Bullsharnessy. I
Bullsharnessy.
mean, what does this even mean?
Exactly. What does it even mean? Don't be looking at me like I know what it means.
You know
That's a
exactly what it
spirit.
means. So this is classic, right? So this is the kind of thing that comes into my mind frequently. Words that I just make up. So the word is Shaughnessy, spell Sharnessy. Shaughnessy. It's like a spelling bee, isn't it? And Shaughnessy is means one thing, but we were talking about Bull Shaughnessy, which is very, very different to regular Shaughnessy. So Bull Shaughnessy is when a bull miraculously appears as if from nowhere, suddenly and out of nowhere. So, for example, if a bull just appeared here next to me now, That'd be Bullsharnessy.
And can it happen
If you
anywhere? Is it
anywhere, yeah,
so if I'm
miraculously, as if from nowhere.
so if I'm in a if I'm in a china shop and a bull suddenly appears right next to me, right here,
Yeah.
then that's Bullsharnessy.
Well, no, no, it's not. You've completely misunderstood it there, right? So, my name's Charmaine. I do have a cousin called Celeste who lives in Zone Island,
Combe Island.
Combe Island, right? But that's not me. My name's not Celeste. Oh, God.
I've lost it.
My name's Charmaine. Let me get in the zone,
Charmaine.
right? My name's Charmaine.
It's lovely to meet you,
Now,
Charmaine. Very nice.
nice to meet you too, right? But what it is Bullsharnessy. Is when a bull miraculously appears as if from nowhere. So the mistake you've made by saying if you're in a china shop is already people generally understand china shops to have bulls in them, right? So that's not Bullsharnessy because you half expect it, right? So you're not getting it. Try again.
Well, it's lovely to meet you. My name's Johnson,
Who's
and
this?
I'm the
Who's this
PA
character?
of
Johnson.
Celeste. Yes, I'm the PA of Celeste, and it's lovely to meet you. Um, so I'm here to try and find out what not to do for the BFF Punch podcast. And what you're telling me is that you're trying to explain Bullsharnessy to me, and I need to try and help you know that I've understood it, so that we know what not to do, right, on the
Right.
podcast. And so
Well, go ahead.
it's let me have a think. Hmm. So okay, so let's say the China shop is um maybe it's a crockery shop in China instead, and then a bull appears there. It's not a
No, you're
there's
not
no
getting it.
phrase there's no phrase in
Stay away
China
from
for
China. Just stay away, right? Let me help you out, right? So you're not getting it. What was your name again? Charlie
Johnson.
Johnson. I'm sorry about that. I
Johnson.
forgot. I forgot, right? No,
What's your
what it
name
is,
again? Celeste.
stay.
That's my boss's name.
No, no, no. My name's Charmaine, right? And I live
You
in
sure?
Liverpool.
You sure?
I'm exactly sure. I mean, this is an example, right? Stay
I
away
don't,
from
I
China.
don't think you're sure. I don't think you're
I'm
sure.
very sure. I've never been sure of anything in my life like I'm sure of this, right? So stay away from China. Stay away from crockery or anything like that. That's not Bullsharnessy. Bullsharnessy would be if I go to watch a game of netball, right? And a bull miraculously appears in the net as the player is about to get the ball in the net. And the commentator says, "Oh my gosh, they haven't scored because of Bullsharnessy." That is Bullsharnessy, right? So have another guess now
But
and
what?
see if you can work it out.
Just explain to me what. I'm a little confused. I forgot what game was it that you just said?
Netball,
Netball. Okay.
as in
Right.
net ball,
Mm.
like basketball, but the net, it doesn't have a backboard or anything like that. More skilled, you could say. Do you know what I
I suppose,
mean?
but if we talk about basketball, maybe in that situation where the Bullsharnessy would happen, are we talking? Maybe someone is a halfway line, and they do the most amazing. Someone's running at them, and they're dribbling the ball, and they just throw it, and it's an amazing shot, and it comes down, and it's going to go straight through the hoop, and suddenly a bull appears inside the hoop and bounces. No, no, the ball hits one of its horns and pops it. That's Bullsharnessy. Not
No,
not the
you're
popping of
not
the ball,
getting
but
it.
just the bull
Not
appearing.
getting it.
Right?
Everybody else, right, on the face of this earth knows exactly what I'm talking about. They know exactly what Bullsharnessy is, right? But you're just not getting it, and I don't know why.
So
It's
if you,
very simple. Like, let
well,
me tell you that you drop your kids at the bus stop in the morning, and instead of the bus, a bull appears as if from nowhere. That's Bullsharnessy, right? You getting it now? La,
okay, I'm thinking about it.
you
Could
better
you?
get it. Straightforwards.
I suppose so. Let me just try and so it just a bull just appears from nowhere. Is that right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so
So give me a scenario to show me that you understand it.
maybe maybe you and I are fishing at a beautiful spot. Um, I throw the line in, you throw the line in. I turn to look at you, and you've turned into a bull. Is that bull Shaughnessy?
No, you're not getting it. I don't understand. This is so simple. And yet you're just not getting it. I mean, right? The scenario would be this, right? You go to the Waitrose on your Saturday morning to pick up your stem of broccoli for your Sunday roast, right? And as you stampede towards the wonton section, a bull miraculously appears as if from nowhere. That's Bull Shaughnessy, right? Surely you've got to get that. You understand Waitrose, don't you?
Charmaine, Charmaine. I do, of course. You can tell by my accent, but Charmaine, I feel like maybe you've listened to our podcast,
I have actually. And I've got to
episode
say, you're
one.
breaking every rule that shouldn't do. First time podcasters shouldn't do. It's absolutely appalling. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
No, no, but
So,
don't worry. It's my job to make sure that never happens again. What
very
not to
good.
do is my job. So we
Excellent.
will not be doing many things. We will not be doing.
Excellent. But if a bull was to miraculously appear during the podcast or any of the things that you shouldn't be doing, that's Bull Shaughnessy. Does that make sense? Do you get that now, La?
Well, only if I can try and explain it back to you.
Feel free, La.
Well, maybe I'm going through a walk through a field, and I turn a corner, and there's suddenly a bull there. Is that Bull Shaughnessy?
No, it's not. I mean, seriously? I can't understand it. I've never experienced anybody like this before. Not getting it. I mean, let me highlight where you're going wrong, right? It seems that you link every single thing that's got bull in the title to something that bulls do. Shops, China, fields, all that. And that's the opposite. Now, that's
Okay.
not Shaughnessy,
No.
right? Because we did talk about the difference between Bull Shaughnessy and regular Shaughnessy. They're not the same.
So what's Shaughnessy then?
I don't know. I'll have to refer you to someone who does know that.
Who knows that?
And that's James, your mate on the podcast, right?
Do you want to go and get him back? And we'll see.
Hello, it's me.
And I've seemed to have reverted back to normal Ant, like not holding
Instead
any
of
kind of
John, was
accent
it
or
Johnson? Was it
Johnson. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks,
Johnson? I
Johnson.
mean, Shaughnessy, right? It's really a feeling. Shaughnessy is a feeling of like how things can change in an instant, but you're not sure how or why. So there's possibly a similarity between Bull Shaughnessy and Shaughnessy, but they're very different.
Could you
And
have
I'm sure,
Shark Shaughnessy, for example? A shark just appears.
well, I don't know. Perhaps or perhaps not.
Is Bull Shaughnessy the most well-known version? It's just
Yes, of course
scary.
it is. You know exactly what I'm talking about, dear boy.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I mean, surely everyone's clear on this, right? We've cleared that topic up.
Yeah.
The difference between Bull Shaughnessy
Oh,
and
obviously.
Shaughnessy.
Johnson wasn't getting it, but I get it completely. So,
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm glad about
yeah.
that. Awesome.
But anyway, anyway,
Anyway,
time's up. We should
time's
really
up.
finish
There you go.
this. We
All
need to
right. Well, that
finish.
was fun. I enjoyed that about learning what we shouldn't do and how we're smashing it.
We're doing great.
But there was a
So
few there was a few that we were actually doing, which we
it's
probably need to maybe next week we need to get rid of the microphones and
poor sound quality.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure some would argue that the sound quality right now is rubbish, right?
So we're being broad. We're not understanding our audience. We're not marketing. We we are going to rush to monetize, so we'll fix that one.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for that. I'm
Sound
well excited
quality.
about that.
We're going to ignore. We're ignoring our audience. We love you guys,
Well,
really, but we're
for
going to
now we
ignore
are
you
because we've
for
only got
now.
13 subscribers.
Exactly.
Well, let me
Uh,
ask you this: have any of those subscribers commented or like
no, only one person has commented on
what?
YouTube. I
What
don't
was
think
that
we've had
comment?
any comments on Spotify.
Have we already talked about that comment? What did it say? No, because it didn't we say hello to them or something last week?
It was comments. No, we haven't got what? No, we haven't got any comments.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
just one
oh,
comment. Give it to me.
oh dear.
Anyway, all right. Well, we'll touch base next week then, eh?
Yes, indeed. Let's have a look. Have we got any comments on here? No, not on Spotify either. Exactly. This is how we should continue to not engage with our audience. So it's perfect. It's perfect. We cannot listen to our own podcasts, all that kind of stuff. Um, exactly. No keywords in our podcast title, description, or episode names to help people find us. Right. So we won't do that. That'll be
Yeah,
great.
don't do that.
And
So,
we shall
what's the title of this
continue.
week's episode? What? All of
Bullsharnessy.
all of the things that you shouldn't do for first-time podcasters.
We could do what not. Yeah. What not
We
to do
What not to do?
as
Yeah,
a
call it something like that. Because surely that negativity is going to attract viewers and subscribers.
and Bullsharnessy.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. What
There should
not
be
to
one that
do?
says, "Don't make your podcast name too long." So
Yes.
Johnson says, guys, whatever you do, don't make your podcast name too long. Thanks, Johnson. We
Yeah.
certainly will. We're going to do it right now with this episode. So much
Yeah, great.
appreciated. And on
Awesome.
that note, we shall leave you all, dear listeners. We love you very much, or do we love you very
Love
much?
you.
We're
Love
just
you.
going to ignore
Bye.
you, but we love you. Okay. All right.
Well, we'll ignore you until you comment because we don't know who you are right now. So please tell us about yourselves.
Yes.
Do you live on Cone Island?
Yeah. Comb.
Oh, sorry,
K.
Kome.
Yeah. Kome. Comb
Combe
Island.
Island. Yeah,
Get
great.
it right. It's where Celeste, our PA, lives.
Yeah.
Not a PA, sorry,
The
producer. Our producer.
the cousin of
Sister.
Charmaine.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it sister or cousin or half relative or
All of them.
cousin? I think he was cousin, right?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Okay. Farewell,
Ciao
dear
for now.
Squealer.
Bye.
Goodbye.